Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. In 1967 in San Francisco, in a very simple way, you inaugurated the worship of deities outside of India. Then in July of 1969, you installed the first Radha Krishna deities in a temple in Los Angeles. And in December of 1969, you established ISKCON's first marble Radha Krishna deities in London, the city you often call the crossroads of the world. The worship here too was initially very simple, but as devotees grew in bhakti, you dramatically increased the standards of worship. Later, you spent several months in Los Angeles, the ISKCON Western World headquarters, guiding devotees in all facets of devotional service, including the details of deity worship and deity festivals. You established the standards of worship that you wanted temples all over the world to follow. These standards have been our guiding principle. Since then, deity worship has expanded significantly and standards around the world have steadily improved. Srila Prabhupada, here at ISKCON Deity Worship Ministry, we are striving to please your divine grace by promoting the deity worship standards that you have so mercifully given the world. Our very purpose is to understand and implement your instructions. In a letter you wrote, "Please continue to increase the deity worship and teach others to become a very good pujari like you. When I see disciples doing deity worship nicely, that engladdens me. Sevan mukhe hi jivadyo, swayam eva spruti ada." God realization is possible only by service. That is the only way. He is adokshaja. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. When one engages in devotional service, Krishna gives intelligence from within. Otherwise, how the unlimited can be served by the limited? So please continue to make the worship more and more beautiful. Letter to Turyadas, February 27th, 1977. In our feeble attempt to follow your wonderful instructions to Turyadas 45 years ago, we, your servants, are trying to guide and inspire others to become good pujaris, knowing that this will be pleasing to you, and pleasing you, Srila Prabhupada, is our goal. Despite the many challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic over the last few years, we continue to be productive. We circulated a pandemic worship guidelines for temple, along with health guidelines for the safety of pujaris and resident temple devotees. Conducted a survey to understand how deity worship was affected during the pandemic. Circulated a document on how to observe Janmashtami at home. We also restarted our quarterly newsletter. We also have been actively presenting many webinars, online courses, online Pujari Sanghas, and fortnightly zonal representative meetings throughout the year. Temples around the world have been pushing forward with the plans for expansion and construction, and as a result, we're actively consulting with the ISKCON Deity Worship Ministry. As we undertake all these activities, our guiding principle is, will this please Srila Prabhupada, who made it possible for all of us to engage in the process of deity worship? Dear Srila Prabhupada, please continue to guide all our activities through your instructions in your books, lectures, and letters, and your unending causeless mercy. Please bless us that we may always please you by our endeavors to serve you. Please forgive us for any shortcomings that we may have committed on our part. All glories to you on this most auspicious day of your Sri Vyasa Puja. Hare Krishna, your servants at the ISKCON Deity Worship Ministry.